I haven't seen the inside yet, so you guys are gonna see some good reactions. Holy smokes, dude.
Don't be scared to get in a deal. Like there's definitely gonna be things that go wrong every time, no matter how many times you do it.
Oh my God, man. Oh my God. This used to be brutal down here.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it was so dingy, and like the windows, like it just looks good.
What is up, YouTube? Matt McKeever here, and in today's video we catch up with a deal that we saw maybe a few months ago. And so I'm really excited for today's video where Mike Nowicki from my wholesale team goes out and interviews one of his wholesale buyers. So in today's video, James is going to show us the duplex that he bought off of Mike as a wholesale deal, but now we're going to get to see it after all the renovations. He's also going to break down for us how the numbers look. And so what's really exciting to me about this is, first we had James' initial projections once he closed on the deal when Mike went out and checked it, and now we're going to see the final product and whether reality met expectations. So if you guys are enjoying these videos, especially these follow-up videos, what I need you to do is smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and jump in the comments and let me know who else should we catch up with and follow up in regards to a deal that maybe they initially showed on the channel but we didn't get to see the finished product. Let me know in the comments, but otherwise let's dive into this wholesale duplex deal.
I'm Mike Nowicki, this is James Fernandez, and we're back after 3 months of renovations at his duplex in London, Ontario. I haven't seen the inside yet, so you guys are gonna see some good reactions. I'm super excited. I saw pictures, but I mean, this place looks pretty good so far.
Yeah, I'm really excited to show it to you guys. It's been about 3 months of pretty hard work, but it's I think gonna be worth it. There's still a little bit left to do, but let's go inside and show you.
All right, let's check it out. Holy smokes, dude.
Yeah, she's ready. Almost. Little few things left to go, but man, this is it so far. Come on in.
I remember when there was like couches and cigarettes in here and stuff.
This was all carpet over here. This was all tile over here.
Oh my God.
The floor was the chimney over here.
This kitchen is so sick, man.
Yeah, it's from Wonder Kitchens. They did the cabinets and the countertop and the sink.
And you didn't cheap out on like appliances and all that stuff?
Dude, actually, I did kind of cheap out. They weren't that expensive, and that's actually what Jeremy and I were talking about on our Instagram Live the other day.
Yeah.
All the appliances in here, every single one, which is 11, was $5,500, 57 after tax, delivered here from the brick.
That's really good. Holy shit.
So yeah, that's.
I'm trying to do the math on that.
Yeah, it's about $500 roughly each, which for stainless steel, brand new with warranty.
Like, and I see like some General Electric, Samsung, like Frigidaire. I mean, there's random things in here, but like
I don't care that it matched. I just care that it was new and like
I like that.
Clean, right? Someone's gonna walk in here and have brand new everything. So
this is really cool.
Yeah, we'll walk through.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't see the bed. Like you added a bedroom, so I really want to see that too. Oh my God, man! The old paneling that used to be in here.
The wood paneling? Yeah, I was thinking of keeping it initially with the shiplap and stuff, but as we went through and did a little bit more, there's it just looks better and cleaner, and just like random Lowe's stuff. And
I love that, man.
Yeah, little bathroom corner.
Did you change any windows?
Yeah, I changed a couple windows. That bathroom window stayed the same, but just trimming
that rickety one in the bedroom.
You bet. We'll go take a look at it.
Man, what kind are these? Like, what kind of tiles are those?
Those are just Home Depot $2 a square foot tile, man. Just nothing special. Just
you can make things look nice on like a decent budget.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You just got to be a little smart with it and have good contractors. So bedroom one. Yep.
Not rickety anymore.
And there's your window that used to shake when cars drove by, and now it's like an actual proper window. So, yep. Nice. So replaced a few windows, replaced a couple doors, but yeah. Pot lights everywhere.
Pot lights, and like. What do you call that? Retrofitted smoke
detectors, yeah. And do you remember there was like the huge holes at the top of the closet and stuff? So just a couple different things.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll walk through to the new bedroom.
Okay.
Of course, the panel. That's a new panel up there. Yeah.
And I'm assuming the work on it is just pretty sweet, anyways, too.
Yeah. So Jeremy did all the work on it. It's phenomenal. Yeah. It's very clean.
Really good. Did you go 200 amp?
It's 100 amp per side, 200 amp upgrade on the property, yeah. So the electrical and the kitchen were the two most expensive things in this property.
Electrical kitchen?
Yeah, so it's probably 14 grand for the electrical.
Okay.
But that's basically replacing every single piece of wire.
Yeah.
Every single piece of wire in this house.
Piece, eh?
Adding 2 new panels,
Wow.
adding 60 pot lights.
So like most people when they renovate, it's like we'll do the bare minimum, right? Or not most people, but a lot of people, right?
Well, I think
you just
sometimes
have-
that makes sense though, right? Like,
Yeah, it
you
does,
just want
yeah.
a lipstick, yeah?
And you have like that. You're just engineer mind, and like when you get into something, you want to make it proper, right?
The thing is, like, the market really supported the reno. We've seen comps just down the street in the mid 350s for a single family home. We've seen comps around the corner from here for the 400s.
Yeah.
I know.
Has just finished his up there, right on the corner.
Highbury.
And it looks so good, man. It has
amazing.
like it's like this like quality, right?
Yeah, so the market kind of supported the work. And another one, Alex just posted it actually on Heather for like 430 for 40. And well, you got this for me for 215 all in.
Yeah. And that included the wholesale fee.
Everything.
So yeah, like that's yeah.
And then I spent probably 120 on it.
Yeah. So you're in like you can still you'll still be able to pull out money out of it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I mean,
second bedroom.
Yeah, like let's check out the second bedroom for sure.
So added laundry in here.
Oh yeah.
And this is all insulated, so if they were to close the doors and stuff, then it's not making noise everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of construction material in here, but this is bedroom number 2 now.
Dude, this is exactly what I pictured. Literally, like the moment I walked through this property, I knew like this would be a perfect extra bedroom.
Yeah, and
there used to be sliding doors.
Yeah, you drew it out actually for me. This was your plan that I just sort of executed. So you notice I kept the popcorn ceiling in here because it was actually fine. Yeah. Initially when we were talking, I was going to drywall over it and stuff, but it looks fine.
It actually doesn't look bad.
And just trimmed around the edges there. And over here, you remember there used to be the sliding door.
Yeah. That's how you had to break in half.
Yeah,
Okay,
got smashed.
Like,
so
what happened?
Fuck, man. Like these people, they smashed in here and caused like $2,000, $3,000 worth of damage with all the labor that goes into replacing something like that. Yeah. And they came in here and stole an extension cord.
Nice.
So that is what they took, and I would have like literally given them to an extension cord to not break in.
Don't break the window.
So that was actually one of like the few things we were keeping in this house, and then it got smashed. And it was like 6:30 in the morning randomly. So anyways, I decided
6:30 in the morning.
Yeah. That's
so random.
It was super random. It was like Saturday morning.
Did it turn out to be a blessing, or would you prefer it still being sliding doors right now?
It was like $3,000. So
yeah, and a little bit of stress.
Yeah, especially like having the cops call me in the morning.
And like the thing is, because I was new to wholesaling, so I was like, yeah, these should be the renovation budgets, and then like I kept hearing like him saying how much they're costing, and I was brand new, so my estimate was pretty off, right? I have to admit.
But no, that's not really your fault, because even when I walk through here, and I have done this work before, gotten pretty familiar with it. Sure. You cannot see what's behind the walls.
That's true. Yeah, a lot of it was behind the walls.
You even gave me an inspection report.
That's true.
So like I don't blame you even. I don't even blame you for 1 second, man. Like,
but like every time something kept happening, I like seriously felt like my stomach. I was like, oh my god, I genuinely feel bad about this, right?
No, dude, it's not your fault, and it's unexpected. Like I'll show you downstairs once we get down there, but like now it looks good, and it looked more or less okay in terms of like you can just paint over this type of thing, but
not downstairs.
Yeah, like one of the things, like as soon as we took off some of the drywall, it was just like there's no vapor barrier.
Oh, true.
And it's just like, oh my god, this entire drywall panel behind it is black, and it looked fine from the outside.
Oh, really?
But you just can't tell until you like, So
it was like kind of like dingy down there. So it was. I just want to see the light up and the glow up of the new reno. Can we go with this back door? Is it open?
Yeah. So added this so that the break-in just doesn't happen again. It's a solid exterior door.
And like if you're sharing a room or like the reno with like a buddy or a roommate that you don't really know, like it's good to have that door because you can just use your own door.
Yep.
But so it's just cool. I like this because before there was a railroad tie used as or something.
Yeah, it was just a couple railroad ties. There wasn't any step. There wasn't anything like that. Yeah. So you can see I'm still doing some siding work.
Yeah, you have a few pieces left.
Yeah. So
what's inside there.
Yeah, because the door got kicked in, right? So when we replaced it, there's some missing siding panels and stuff.
Wait, isn't this kind of sketchy?
Yeah, it's the panel has it turned off.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah. So don't worry, I'm working on that. So I was actually kind of wondering, like, what the hell do I do? How do I get this color to match exactly and stuff? So I asked around on Instagram, and Angie Fievoli suggested just get like the cheapest whatever panel, and then just go to Deluxe and paint match it. I don't actually know how to say that property. Deluxe.
Deluxe, yeah.
I don't know.
I use Sherwin-Williams.
And just paint match it. So color match it, and that's what I'm gonna do here. So just quick and easy, and it'll be fine in the end.
Right on.
Okay, so added this.
My corner of my eye has caught like canopy kind of.
Yeah.
What do you call that?
Yeah, it's just over. Yeah. So my eventual plan is to split this yard right in the middle, so each tenant has a yard.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, you were asking about this over here.
Yeah.
So I just added this because it protects the stairs. One thing that I noticed in the winter when I was working on this, going up and down the stairs, they were getting like pretty icy.
Yeah.
And I'd like warn the contractors, don't slip and fall down the stairs. First of all, I still need to put a railing, and second of all, it's like covered in snow and ice.
Yeah.
So like just be careful. And my contractor that I was working with, Fine Line Renovations, they're like, we should probably build something over top of here.
Yeah, that's
I was like, oh shit, let's do it.
Is it
like
a big expense to do that?
Both of these things was $10,000. Materials, labor, everything.
Okay.
So worth it? Yeah,
Safety,
I think so.
Yeah. Comfort with that.
It was worth the money in my eyes.
I see that too.
It's just a long-term investment on everything down here. The yard in general is fine.
Do contractors, like, I'm not saying they did that this time, but do contractors ever like nudge you and say, yeah, you should do this to try to get more money out of you? Does that ever happen?
That's definitely happened, and I don't know, like sometimes you can tell. That's why, like in our last video, we were talking about like get your hands dirty just once, learn the work,
I remember that.
know what you're doing, so you can see like sort of what's needed and what's not. In this case, this wood isn't treated wood. It's not super expensive. This wood is treated wood, which was expensive. So this was about, I'd say 3,000. This was about 7,000 materials, labor, all in, everything.
I just like how it looks like it's floating, and it's just really cool like that. I love that thing. So yeah, let's check out the basement.
Let's get your reaction downstairs.
Come on, Peter. Okay, another one, man. This is sick.
Come on in.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna check the bathroom. You stay there. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. This used to be brutal down here. It was so dingy, and like the windows, like it just looks good, man.
So believe it or not, I actually didn't replace those windows.
I know, I noticed that.
Yeah.
It's a already big window, right?
It just needed some cleaning, and that's all it really needed. So that's
so sick.
That ended up saving quite a bit of money.
Look at the dishwasher.
I know. I still need to mount it. It's a little low, but that's a little 18-inch dishwasher.
Nice.
So because
is like a strip goes here or something?
Well, it'll be lifted up.
Oh, yeah, true.
But because it was just getting a little close to the door, getting a full-size dishwasher in here was just like, I could have done it, but.
So that's how you fix the whole problem?
That was a sump pump. So there's actually a working sump pump in there now.
Oh, you stuck it in there?
It's fully tied into the drains and everything.
It looks good. Like you could probably put a plant there. Or, I don't know.
I was thinking like some either a coat rack or some hanging shelves or something, or they can do sort of whatever.
That's good. I like how you put these. Okay, I didn't point it out upstairs, but you put really good locks on here. Are these internet connected? Can you control them?
Yeah, anytime. So I always do this on my properties. They're a little bit expensive, but they just work so well.
These are Schlag what?
Sense. They're the Sense.
Sense?
Yeah, and you need to buy the Wi-Fi adapter separate, which is like $50, but it can control multiple locks.
Yeah.
So I just do that per property, and it's been so convenient. Like I set up codes for each contractor, so I get a notification. This person for HVAC has gotten to your property.
Oh, that's sick.
And
if you have a different code, it'll tell you that whoever it's for, right?
The other thing too is it auto locks after a certain amount of time. You can set it 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, whatever.
That's really smart too.
So I like that too, because that's another thing. A lot of contractors forget to lock the door, and then I can either lock it myself or it locks automatically. So
I just thought of this because we're talking about locking doors and the automatic locks.
Yep.
So your initial plan was Airbnbs, but okay, so like this is why Jeremy's smart as hell, because he renovated to know that if Airbnb doesn't work out, he's still gonna be able to put renters in here and still cash flow, right?
Did you mean me as James or Jeremy?
Did I say Jeremy?
Yeah.
James.
Jeremy would have done the same thing. He is a pretty smart guy.
so same thing, but basically, yeah, you wanted to do Airbnb, but if worst case scenario, you'd still be able to cash flow with renters, right?
Yeah.
And now we're kind of in a time where Airbnb is a bit uncertain, right?
Yeah.
And so I just want to hear about like the process between that. Like, what's your mindset on the changes that are going on?
So when you showed me this property, I ran the numbers based off of long-term tenants with like market rents at the time, which was about $1,000, let's just say, up, and $950 down or $900 down, that type of thing.
I'd pay more than $1,000 down here.
Yeah. So I actually have a tenant lined up for down here already, and they're going to be paying $1,200 plus utilities. So that's pretty much what market rent is kind of right now, as of when we're shooting this video in early or late May, June. Yeah, so upstairs I still don't know yet what it's going to get, but probably around 15 to 16 plus utilities. We'll see. And realistically, like
pretty much 1% rule after renovations.
Yeah. So that's I'm very okay with that, and that's why, like, we were talking about, is this a lot of money to spend? It's a lot of fucking money to spend. It is. We were just saying, like, you could have the budget that I spent on this, 120 grand. You could have bought a property that you have.
Yeah, I have a property in Chatham for right 85,000 with a wholesale fee. There's other ways to spend that money, but in this market, I felt it was justified, and I'm okay with the end product. So. Man, it used to be dark down here. Like, again, I'm just gonna point out the pot lights again. I love that touch, man. So, and not everyone does that because it's expensive to do pot lights, right?
No, like, so the other thing.
No.
you gotta find the deals, man. You gotta get the deals. So these pot lights are from Amazon, and they're like $11 a piece.
Didn't someone steal them?
Yeah. So god damn it. So I was home because I was working from home from all this coronavirus stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, screw it. Instead of getting it delivered to the mail depot where I normally get it delivered and I just go pick it up, I'll get it delivered to my house because I'm home.
Sure, yeah.
So I got it delivered, and within the 20 minutes it got dropped off, and like I saw the email, went to go check, it was gone. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck?
And there was you had your whatever camera, your security cameras on it, and you can see the chick running up and like taking it like you're out and running away.
She's carrying a cake in the one hand too, yeah.
She probably stole the cake. Man, it was so funny. Like, it just looked so fishy. Like, how can you do that? Yeah. Walk up to someone's porch and steal a package.
Yeah, and I found her on Kijiji. I got her like Facebook. I got her phone number. I got her everything.
See, there was the automatic lock.
Yeah. But unfortunately, since we can't prove that's for sure her, and can't prove that's for sure my product, the cops can't do anything. So
yeah, whatever. She knows.
Yeah.
She knows.
I was trying to buy him back off Kijiji, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
So down here, some of the stuff that you can't see is spray foam behind all these walls. That was another like elective expense.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. It sort of doubled the expense on the insulation material. Yeah. But it would have taken an entire day to insulate everything, and it still wouldn't have been air sealed 100%. Yeah. So the spray foam is like $3,000, maybe $3,500 for including the utility room. Yeah. Go ahead. Yep. It's fire coated in there too. There's a light on the top right.
Oh my God! Thank God. Where is it?
It's on the top right. It's just the switch up there.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Sorry. So I moved the water heater over to the left corner. It used to be sort of just straight in front of the door, and I replaced the furnace and also added AC. So.
Oh, you added AC?
Added AC.
Nice. So I did feel it's fresh down here. I like that.
So actually nothing's been on really for a while other than the fan. I just keep the fan running.
Then it's just kind of cool down here.
Yeah. So that's spray foamed with fire coating because I'm not putting up like panels.
Oh, yeah,
so you have to fire spray it. You have to add some sprinklers.
And like if the furnace sets on fire, I'm assuming this is a fire door.
Yep. Exterior door.
Playing it safe, man. Like, I would feel super comfortable being down here knowing that.
Mm-hmm. Interconnected fire alarms again everywhere. Everything meets code. Yeah. So.
You have laundry down here too. So there wasn't really much room. You didn't really know before, and there's literally a room for laundry. I love that.
Yeah.
In the bedroom, you don't even have to. You get changed and put it right in the washing machine. That's unreal. I would love that actually.
Yeah. It was kind of a tough decision on where to put the laundry. It's like, if you run the laundry at night, then it's gonna be noisy and whatever. But it's like it's a 1-bedroom. You can just pop it in, like as soon as you come home from work, type of thing. Yeah. I was trying to fit it in the bathroom, but it just didn't work out how it was tight. So I still got to mount that cabinet. And
when you go to Europe, they have laundry in like the kitchens and stuff. It doesn't matter really where you put it, right?
Exactly. So I figured like that's okay. It's right there. Again, brand new everything down here for appliances.
Despite having it in the bedroom, you're still getting $1,250 or $1,200 for rent, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. And those are probably pretty damn quiet, those units.
Oh yeah, they're great. I already ran them through a couple cycles just to test them. And
I always love looking at the panels because Jeremy Ivany just does clean work. Like that just looks clean. When I see panels, when I walk through a lot of properties, I'll try to send Peter.
It's a nest,
Like I'll send him a photo of like some of the properties I walk through to put it in the video, but. It's brutal, man. Like this just looks so clean and so
all
good.
labeled well, and
and you know what everything is, and it's really nice. Yeah, I like that.
Can't complain.
Nice work, Jeremy, if you're watching.
Yeah. All right, we'll head into the washroom.
Oh yeah, the washroom, man. So much extra space. The toilet is like in an actual normal spot.
Yeah, so the toilet used to be over here, facing the vanity that used to be over here.
Yeah.
And we actually ended up gaining about 30 to 40 square feet in this bathroom because how they had it done was the drain from the upstairs kitchen came down and behind like a wall that was this thick.
Yeah.
And that wall like just ate up space. It had nothing else behind it, just that one pipe.
Just the pipe and then the thickness of the wall.
Yeah.
And
then same thing over here, like the wall came out to about here, and then the toilet was like right here, looking at the vanity.
Yeah.
And
so you
and there's a bathtub.
Just picture yourself.
Yeah.
Enjoying yourself.
Staring at
watching yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
Just come on, man. Like,
Paula from Tartan Developments actually helped me sort of figure out this layout. Ended up going. I was initially thinking of putting the washer dryer over here, but then it was going to be like a little tight for this.
Yeah.
And initially, what I actually wanted to do was get the longer shower pan and glass door kit from Costco, but it was just going to be too tight in here with everything, so I ended up going with a 36 by 48, fully tiled.
Good. I like how you put a light right in the shower because a lot of times at my mom's old house there used to not be a light in the shower, and then when I went to a house that did have a light, I was just like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah, so that's actually one thing that I learned from my girlfriend Petra. She's like, girls shave in the shower and stuff, like you need to see what you're doing. I was like, all right, pop light in the shower, done.
Yeah man, if my girlfriend had hairy legs because it was dark in the shower, you know I'm putting a light in. But yeah, man, this looks really good. I'm really happy about this. I mean, you can still see yourself in the mirror, but it's just, your head now.
So, yeah, and actually those fixtures on the vanity, those actually came from Leandro and Linda. Those are Moen fixtures, and that was a really nice gift from them. So.
Oh, they gifted it to you.
Yeah. So I'd done a little bit of help with some of their projects on secondary dwelling conversions.
Nice.
And they gifted me those faucets, which is amazing. They look so good.
And like faucets do actually make a difference. A lot of people get like the generic whatever.
So I'll show you actually in the bath or in the kitchen as well. Like this is another splurge that was like kind of expensive, but man, it looks so freaking good.
It looks really good. Like the dark grout and the tiles.
Yeah, that's actually something that I didn't normally do before, but I saw Kellen and Jeremy doing it, and it just looks good. It's clean.
I like that.
Still a little bit of cleanup to do.
Is that for a vent? Or?
So this stuff right here, I actually elected to put in this low frequency, low voltage wire for future under cabinet lighting.
Okay.
So that's another elective thing. It wasn't very expensive, but it's just there and they can add it. So whenever, it kind of looks a little unsightly right now, but I'll put up some valences or just leave it.
I like because I was also wondering, because it was a pretty big drop to get in here from the exterior door, and you guys, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but like the step, it actually just looks good. I didn't know what to expect with that.
There was a couple really tricky things in this property. One of them was the step up to the bathroom.
Yeah,
so you can see sort of how we finished it.
Yeah.
So my contractor Todd, he ended up tapconning plywood down to the concrete.
Tapconning?
Sorry, it's the Tapcons. It's just a brand of concrete screws.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, they basically screw down into the concrete, and we plywood over that, and then PL glue onto the plywood with the flooring, and then did the trim work. Yep. I think that turned out really good, and it sort of looks normal rather than before. It's just like, what the hell's going on over here? And
and I've seen these. Some people use rubber treads, and it makes me want to throw up. Man.
Yeah.
Like we did that in a flip, and it wasn't our choice. Like the contractor just we wanted metal, like, and he just did it with rubber.
Yeah.
And
I know why, because these are expensive. They're actually really expensive. But another tip there, you guys probably figured out by now, I love getting deals. Another tip there is go get it at ProSol, not at Home Depot. So ProSol's like a flooring supplier in general. They do a lot of
Ontario wide or just London local?
Honestly, I'm not sure, but they're out by Centura Tile.
Okay.
Just out down that part of town. But it's like half the price.
Yeah.
From Home Depot.
You said that about you had a little drywall hack you used too. So you spent just as much, because I was watching your live, and you mentioned you spent just as much on drywall from this third-party place, including delivery, all the way down into the basement, versus what you would at Home Depot or something like that.
Where you have to pick it up.
Where you have to pick it up and deliver it yourself.
So that again, I would definitely recommend for people who are trying to do, like, this would have been so much more expensive if I went to Home Depot to buy everything. So one other tip there. So what Mike's talking about is Watson's. They're like a wholesaler and distributor for a bunch of stuff. So look for drywall there. Like, all of this is 2 layers of 5/8 drywall. All of this stuff is 1/2 inch lightweight, and then it's spray foamed underneath.
Because the height is good still too,
so
right?
That's actually something else. We ended up getting a lot of ceiling height here because that old furnace had a lot of like just fat ducting that was kind of stupid and irrelevant. So we ended up gaining like another couple inches here. That is 7 feet. That's 7 feet there. That's the low one.
That's good.
And this is like 7.
Lowest part is 7 feet in a basement.
And this is like
Ontario.
8. So
good, man.
It's getting close to 8.
I like that. Pretty much a huge takeaway for me is, so you've done renovations yourself. You're a pretty frugal guy in general, right?
I would say so. Like, I don't like, I think I have my one luxury, which is my car. Yeah. And everyeverything else is like.
You definitely know when to spend money on things, right? So, and when it's just kind of silly to do that. But pretty much my main takeaway is that you've been able to source like materials that look really good, but somehow like you kind of like material hack. Like you don't just have to go to Home Depot because it's easy just to go to Home Depot, right?
Well, Home Depot really is a convenience store, and like any convenience store, you pay for the convenience.
That's good. That's very good.
But when you start looking around and looking at how pros are doing it, and one of my main inspirations, I guess, is Jeff Thorman off of Renovation, which is a YouTube channel. He's the guy that said, like, why don't you just Google wholesalers or suppliers for these materials? And it's like, all right, let's see what happens. And Watson's came up.
Do they mind how much you spend, or is there like
not really, man? Not really. Like, there's even like for all the appliances. $5,700 for every appliance you've seen in here. And all it took was an email.
You can spend that on a fridge, or like one fridge.
That's what I mean, like $500 for a stove, and like that was about $200. That was about $300. But all it took was an email and just be like, yo, I am a real estate investor. I want 11 appliances, and I'll be buying more. And
your first purchase is 11 appliances, right?
But actually, for a different property, I had bought couches to furnish an Airbnb.
Good point.
So it was just like, all right, I got this entire house furnished for $5,000, which is 2 couches, 2 love seats, a couple beds, a couple of coffee tables for $5,000. Like,
that's really good. If it's new, then that's amazing.
Brand new everything, And a couple people had asked, like, what about Kijiji? What about whatever? And I tried that, but like,
you were saying on the live where when you're on Kijiji, you plan to meet them and then like they never show up, kind of thing,
or something doesn't work or whatever else. But like, all of these things have a warranty.
That's a good point.
Everything it was delivered here, and like, granted, because of coronavirus stuff, they didn't bring it inside and install it like they normally do, and whatever. And
the last thing you want is like your tenants are going to be paying you good money for rent. Is then, hey James, the stove isn't working, and it's just like kind of embarrassing in my opinion.
Like, I want to charge good rent for good tenants, and I want to give them the experience that they're paying for, and like that's
like that. Good.
The market sort of demands that if you're charging premium rents, you give them a premium.
High-end rentals are just, I think, in my opinion, the way to go. It's just a lot less headaches, a little bit more money though, right?
Yeah, definitely. But in this case, because of the market appreciation we've seen, and also the price that you got me for this property, it was, I think, in my opinion, okay to spend that. So like, don't be scared to get in a deal. Like, there's definitely going to be things that go wrong every time, no matter how many times you do it. There's going to be added expenses, but budget for that and plan for that, and you know what contingencies are. But now, like, this property is basically brand new.
Yeah.
So like CapEx, for example, normally I budget 10% on my CapEx just for whatever might come up. I'm probably going to have that at like 2%. The roofs are new on the addition on the front. All the appliances are new. Really, the furnace is brand new. AC is brand new. Like, so that's done.
And like structural things are
everything structural is fixed. Yeah. All the like,
that's really good, man.
All the other random like small expenses that sort of add up, they're taken care of in the reno. So that's why, like, you can amortize those things over time, and that's what those budgets are for. Yeah. Or you can just take care of them, and like, it hurts because right now it's just like,
able to finance those things, or were you paying cash for these renovations?
So it's all OPM.
Yeah,
and what I mean by that is like
renovations, pretty much.
Right. Yeah. So it's private money, and it's also like lines of credit. So it's not like cash that I'm spending on it.
That's good.
And as soon as I refinance that, it's paid off. So
that's good, man. I love that.
Taking some action and doing it, like, it was definitely more than expected, but
I'm like I'm just like I feel like happy right now, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, from seeing it from the beginning to now. I remember I door knocked this area back when it was still warm out last year, and finally structured the deal together, and now I got to see the construction part of it,
start to finish,
and then I got to find out the cost, and like, I thank you, because it just makes me a better wholesaler too, right? At the end of the day. So yeah, thanks guys. I mean, this was a really fun video. It was cool to see all the changes. James is great. I always learn a whole bunch from him when we hang out. So if you want to follow him, what's your Instagram handle?
James.Ferns, F-E-R-N-Z.
Okay, and I'm Nowicki on Instagram. I'm a wholesaler, so you can check me out there.
Thanks guys.
Thanks again to Mike and James for taking the time to shoot this video. I love being able to catch up with investors and just show how the project actually turned out. Because it's one thing to talk about our expectations or projections, it's another to actually see how it all came together. So again, thanks James so much for just sharing all your information. If you guys don't remember the original video, well, in that video I had you guys let me know if you enjoyed it by saying noob on noob. Seemed like you guys really enjoyed it. So what I want to hear now is, do you guys want noob updates? Jump in the comment section, hashtag noob updates, and we'll go back to a bunch of our other newbies that have been on the channel and see how they're progressing and how their projects turned out now that they've had time to execute on their renovations. And if you guys would like to see the previous video we did with James, we're going to throw it up right here. Or if you guys would just like more great newbie beginner information, we're going to throw it right there. So again, check out those videos if you want more noob on noob action, and let us know if you want us to do more noob updates.